6 to 9. You're about to have a really good time, and it's sure to make you smile. On the bus, in the car, on the AirPods without wires. Rank it up on the worksite, it's the Matt and Liam podcast. Matt and Liam podcast.
G'day there, podcast. A lot of schlop in today's episode. In fact, there's another pod with a Sophie Monk interview. In this, we talk about how Sophie Monk's coming up a lot because, you know, in the show, there was a scheduling error, and I mean the producers were just all over the shop. But we normally you just have the interview in a separate podcast. But we've heard the feedback and we know you like the schlop.
Yep.
So warts and all, this podcast has it all.
And apologies on behalf of Belle and her scheduling error.
And for Andy's bum, you'll know what we mean later on.
Liam, you know what time I go to bed?
No later than 7.
Yeah, 7.
That's a late night for you.
Well, you won't believe what I was doing at midnight last night. So let me go back to about 5:30 p.m. Sam, my wife, said, "Are you hungry? I'm going to start dinner."
Oh, you guys thought you'd have a rager and have an extra slice of toast for the night, did you?
And I said, you know what? I'm actually pretty tired. I might just skip dinner tonight and go straight to bed, which I never do. I never do that. But I was genuinely pretty tired.
It's dangerous, isn't it? Because, like, you know, when you value sleep over eating, you know, sometimes you feel like you need it, but then at some point, inevitably, you're going to wake up probably because you're just starving.
Yep. Exactly right. So I got to bed at like 6 p.m. I was very tired, so I was like, this is awesome. I'm going to get a wicked night's sleep. And I tried to go to sleep, and I kind of tossed and turned. My tummy was rumbling, and I thought I can just ignore that. Now, I tossed and turned for a few hours. I was restless, and then I started getting angry at myself because of the choice I'd made. I was hungry.
There was a great dinner on offer. It was there. You know, you could have been full.
I should have just eaten the dinner that was on offer. By this stage, Sam was in bed next to me, and she was already asleep. And I'm here starving, angry, tired. I haven't slept a wink. I rolled over, I looked at the time, and it was midnight. So for the first time in my life, I decided to get out of bed and have a midnight snack.
I've heard of these things, midnight snack.
Yeah. Now, we are due to go food shopping, so there was like no food in the pantry or the fridge. So I was like, we have some meat, but that's frozen, so I couldn't touch that.
Defrosting takes time. Uber Eats, you know, you don't want to be waiting for that at that sort of time. Obviously not much open as well.
It was Sam's birthday last week, though, so we did have half a leftover cheesecake in the fridge, so I grabbed that out. I didn't even cut a slice. I just grabbed the whole box with a spoon and I sat on the couch at midnight and I was eating leftover birthday cheesecake.
You fatty.
And then...
Were you wearing like a Chesty Bond singlet with lots of stains on it?
It genuinely felt like a real low moment in my life. Especially at midnight, the pets are asleep. There's no noise from the neighbours.
Maybe there's one cat looking at you like, disgusting.
And then, after I polished off the cheesecake...
Well, the whole half of cheesecake?
Polished it off. I was starving. And then I poured myself a cool glass of milk.
Oh, my God. I need to get out of this studio before that hits your bowels. After all that dairy.
I smashed the milk, and then I went to bed and slept like a baby. Just knocked me out.
Well, the next time I'm struggling for sleep, I might also have half a cake and a glass of milk, and maybe it'll do the same trick.
Well, I did wonder, because as you said earlier, I've heard about the midnight snack, but I've never partaken.
Yeah.
And I was wondering this morning on 13-24-10, do you eat midnight snacks? Maybe it's your partner that does it. Is it a regular occurrence? Have you done it once before?
It's like the Homer Simpson with the slices of cheese.
Yeah.
Like, and maybe that's the way your metabolism's like, sort of, you just like can't really get through the night without snacking.
I've never done it. It definitely worked. It definitely put me to sleep.
Do you think people have snacks in their like bedside table?
And they, I don't know.
Roll over and just have some cheese and crackers or
This
something?
is what I'm curious about. 13-24-10. Give us a buzz. Do you eat midnight snacks?
Chloe joins us now. Are you a midnight snacker?
Lads, let me tell you, at least once a week, stand at the fridge and put your hand in a bag of cheese and eat the grated cheese.
That's such a desperate resort. I'm a bit of a cheese eater at the bag as well.
So for me, Chloe, because I had skipped that dinner meal and that was why it was kind of out of the ordinary for me. For you, is it a normal thing to wake up once a week and just go, oh, God, I'm hungry?
Look, cheese is just so good. You want to eat it all the time. So why not just eat it straight out of the bag, cut the middleman of any toast or anything, and just eat it out the bag?
Yeah.
Sprinkle it on in.
Thanks, Chloe. You're in the draw for 10K a day.
I feel like you'd be so ashamed though, like if someone walked in and you're just eating grated cheese.
Deep shame. Aaron joins us now, mate. This is yourself. You're a midnight snacker?
Yeah, I am every day, pretty much.
Every day. So you had a midnight snack this morning? Like
I do.
Yeah, right.
Every day.
So talk us through your process. Your body wakes you up around midnight, you walk to the fridge, then what?
Yeah, usually it's cereal, but lately it's been like custard and a bit of crushed up muffins and extra chocolate chip.
Crushed up muffins. You can just have a muffin whole, but you like to smush it all down and like eat it like a vacuum
as well. Cereal.
Aaron,
Wow.
so what did you have overnight? What was your most recent midnight meal?
That would be it.
That was it, yeah, wow.
Muffins, yeah,
the forefront of your mind. Wow.
Oh, man. Well, looks like you're having a good time.
It's just an assault on your guts, though.
Oh, absolutely.
If your body's asleep and then you just throwing food in there.
break fast. You're supposed to fast overnight. That's the way it works. Roz, good on you for admitting it, but you're a midnight snacker.
Yeah, I'm not only a midnight snacker, I'm a 2 a.m. snacker, 4 a.m. snacker, and it's always really healthy stuff. Last night, was cookies, chocolate chip cookies, then it was ice cream, then it was leftover birthday cake. But here's the thing, because I have a little kitten that sleeps on my bed with me, he gets like snack envy, and he thinks, hey mum, you're having snacks, I want snacks too.
Yeah.
So we've streamlined the process by keeping a little container of Dr. Chris's kibble in my bedside table. So when mum gets up to have a snack, he kind of paws the handle on my drawer and demands that he has some kibble when I get up and have my ice cream.
You guys are cute.
We are.
That's very cute, Roz. There's way more midnight snackers than I thought.
You're not alone.
We got full phone lines, but everyone's just midnight snackers.
I know.
It's super common.
I like the idea. I might go, I'm a midnight weeer.
Yeah.
But, I might have the inkling whilst I'm weeing tonight. I might go, what if I were to raid the cookie jar?
Ready to put your pool floaties to work? Or start planning the ultimate summer getaway with whatif.com.
Find hotels and holiday rentals plus family-friendly resorts. Just jump on the What If app.
What If? It's Aussie for travel.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Lee from Ethelston, good morning. How you doing?
G'day guys, how you going?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. We got 5 questions. You get them all right, you get to choose the next song we play. You feeling good this morning?
Yeah, somewhat.
Here we go. Yeah, the shoulders feel loose, Lee. Yeah, I think this is going to feel good off the bat, this first one. The Albanese government has unveiled its first budget yesterday. How many zeros are in a billion? Ooh.
Isn't it 10?
It's not. Sorry. It is. It's harder than you think, though, I think.
You know what, though, Lee? You stay there because I liked your attitude, and I feel like that was a bit of a tough one to start.
For sure.
Don't go anywhere, okay? Hang on the line.
Points for attitude. Megan Manapara, how many zeros are in a billion?
6.
No, not 6, unfortunately.
6. Let's go back to Lee, see if he wants to have another guess. What's your next guess, Lee?
I'll go 8.
But we do like your attitude, so we'll keep you there, Lee. Let's see if Lachlan knows how many zeros are in a billion.
Good morning, fellas. Just 12.
It's not 12. We'll go back to Lee. How many zeros are in a billion?
Boys, look, I'll go 9.
Yeah, well done, Lee. There you go. We went the long way around, but we got there at the end. Mark Zuckerberg has wasted billions. Oh no, don't get nervous. On his new metaverse idea. Which messaging app with a green logo does he own?
Green logo. We'll go Signal, mate. No, not Signal. WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, he's got it.
Good save, Lee.
Adidas is dropping its $1 billion Kanye. Sorry, guys. Not again.
What is the $1 billion thing?
$1 billion
Really
Kanye and Yeezy brand deal. Describe what the Adidas logo looks like.
It's like 3 lines, like going up in up from left to right.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Yeah.
Might even be 4 lines, maybe. But no, I think you've got the description of it right.
Is
it 3?
3, of course.
Looks like a little nub.
Yeah.
And then a bigger, and then biggest.
No, because you got 3 stripes on the side. It's always
true.
I'll tell you,
No, you're right.
Billions
Yeah.
of lines anyway.
Yeah, true.
That's true. They can never. And look, this is exciting because we got to question 4, and I'm not mentioning the billion word again. A grandmother in Indonesia has been killed after being eaten by a giant python. It's pretty hectic. What kind of snake makes a noise when it shakes its tail?
Rattlesnake.
He's good. Last question here, Lee. Can we do it? Can we get to the end? Happy birthday to Seth MacFarlane, 49 today. Can you finish these lyrics?
Laugh and cry.
Family
I thought it was laugh and cry.
Oh, yeah, no, you've done it. No, you got it.
Yeah, you got it correct. Hang on,
got it.
did you say laugh and cry?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, no, yeah,
No, you got it. Yeah, you got it. We were just celebrating, mate. Yeah. You got it. Lee, you've done it, mate. You're in the draw to win $10,000. We like your attitude. You got all 5 questions right.
You get to choose the next song we play as well, Lee. So, would you like to hear Liam's song this morning? Great song choice, Liam.
Yeah, it's from Belle's favourite movie, the Audrey Hepburn one.
Or would you like to hear my song this morning, Lee? Choice is yours, Lee.
Look, we can't go past breakfast at Tiffany's for an absolute banger, can we?
Okay.
So good to hear it. Ben picked the good bit of his Weezer song this morning. Still couldn't get up.
I don't understand. Weezer is a great song.
Well, no one else thinks so.
Do
Lee,
you like it?
Oh, no, I do, but
Yeah.
it's just, you know, I mean, the stats don't lie.
And I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's? She said, I think I remember the film, and as I recall, I think we both kind of liked it. And I said, well, that's the one thing we got.
Breakfast at Tiffany's really takes you back to that classic movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the main song from the feature film. The
Yeah, it's the
Hepburn
big
one.
when she gets the ring.
Yep, and
That's fine.
finishes her breakfast. From memory, I think it's Eggs Benedict. Is that right, Belle? I know
Yes.
it's your favourite movie.
Yeah.
Producer Belle? Yeah, no, I think it's a hash brown Eggs Benedict, yeah. We're big Audrey Hepburn guys.
Big grande coffee.
Just a big... oh, man, I do that to myself all the time. A big, dirty, milky coffee and Eggs Benedict. You never feel good after that, do you? Too much dairy.
Leopod Mencast. Wait, I said that wrong. Ben and Liam Podcast.
Ben, I was buying my nasal spray at Chemist Warehouse yesterday. I don't know how much it is. It's like 40 odd. It's not cheap. It's one you sort of have to have all the time.
Subsidised nasal spray.
I've always said that. And the lady at the counter said, do you want to donate to charity? And I said, yeah, why not? You know, I'm a nice guy. Just rounded up to 50.
Whoa.
Turns out the spray was $39.60. Sorry, well, no, it was $49.60 because she was like, that's 40 cents. And I was like, yeah. Because my heart is so big. They can have that 40 cents.
You should have said, lady, look at me. I am the charity.
Yeah, I'm using a $50 nasal spray. Do you think I need it? I need all the money I can get. Are you for real? Ben, quick, grab your key and I'll grab mine. When we turn them at the same time, we open up the forbidden folder. It's where we keep all our ideas the boss has said no to in the past because it's not the right fit for breakfast radio. I told my fiancée I was doing this one this morning. She was like, oh, no, don't do that. That won't be nice. And I said, it's not supposed to be nice. It's supposed to be forbidden.
It's the kind of one where, yeah, it's not nice, but I think you are going to want to hear the stories regardless of if it's nice.
You keep listening, I reckon, for sure. This morning's topic. What tore your family apart?
And there'd be some people,
Oh, I mean,
there'd be some people who they'd hit right in the middle.
That's juicy, isn't it?
And they go, oh, I know what tore our family apart.
Yeah, it's not. It's sort of one of those, because I like anything that goes in this folder is the stuff that you feel like you shouldn't talk about because it's just like not right. But that's when it's at its best, I think. You can remain anonymous for this. Hey, it doesn't even have to be your family.
No, if it was a friend's family.
hey, maybe you tore someone's family apart.
Yeah, maybe you were the one that did the tearing, for sure. Just to entice you a little bit as well, there's obviously 10K a day.
Yep.
That's
so,
pretty
yeah,
sweet.
if you get on air, you'll be in the draw to win $10,000 today.
We've also got $100 vouchers to Lucky Dumpling Market.
Yeah, taste the flavours of Asia at Lucky Dumpling Market, Adelaide's springtime food and entertainment hub. Visit luckydumplingmarket.com.
Now, Sam must love dumplings because we already have a caller and they join us now. Good morning, Sam. What tore the family apart?
Good morning, boys. What tore my family apart was my husband cheating with my best friend behind my back for 12 months.
That'll do it.
Oh,
That will do it.
Man
oh,
of peace.
Sam, I'm sorry to hear that. So
Oh, that's okay. It was for the best, I think, anyway. He was cheating right from the start.
yeah, but it's that horrible thing where you lose your partner and also your friend. I'm assuming you've cut those two people completely out of your life.
Oh, absolutely. 100%, definitely. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, guess what,
Yeah,
Sam?
what's that?
They won't be getting any of your dumplings tonight at the Lucky Dumpling Market.
Absolutely not.
Oh, well, good on you for sharing your story, Sam.
I'm glad you're happy with the dumplings.
And that's it. You've got to, hopefully if you're calling through for this, you're at a place where you can reflect and, it's a story that you're happy to share.
Yep.
What tore your family apart? Jenna joins us now. I'm sorry that your family got torn apart, but what happened?
So this happened to, let's say, a family friend of mine.
Okay.
Basically, he was in an accident and in the hospital, and they didn't know if he would make it or not, and their family literally tore his house apart looking for money that they knew he had on hand at his house because he didn't like banks.
Oh.
And then, obviously, he made a full recovery.
Yeah.
And, tore the family absolutely apart.
I bet it did.
Right, of course, because it's like, he's not even passed away yet, and they're already going through the, wow.
That's horrible.
Yeah. So,
yes, very sad what money can do to families,
Absolutely.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
And do we know if they found any of the money and took it?
Yes, they did, yes.
Oh, my God.
And then that was a big battle, obviously, because then he made a recovery. So really sad, really unfortunate, but,
Great story
the
for the
family
radio,
apart.
though.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Truly awful, but I loved hearing about it. That is kind of the nature of this one. Hayley, is this your family or is it someone else's?
This is someone else's.
Okay, what happened?
So my friend's mum decided to have an affair with her husband's brother. So my friend's uncle. And then they ran away together, and they're still together to this day.
Oh,
that'd do it.
The runaway.
Running away with Uncle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Bill. Dirty Uncle Bill.
Not Uncle Dirty Bill.
Oh, gee whiz. Makes family dinners a bit awkward, doesn't it?
It does.
Do they get together on Christmas, or is it not that amicable, Hayley?
No, it was just,
Yeah.
It went on for quite a while before
I guess,
everyone found out.
when you run away together, you probably don't come back.
That's true. But Christmas is the time for giving, and time for, letting bygones be bygones.
Thank you very much for sharing, Hayley. We do appreciate it.
13 24 10, what tore your family apart? That's what we're asking this morning. We've got a call here from Larissa. Is this your family?
Hi, how you going?
Good.
So what tore my family apart was my stepsister decided she didn't want to live at home anymore. And then we found out she put front page of the Advertiser how we kicked her out and made her homeless.
Oh, and what? And she decided to leave on her own accord?
Yeah, just she didn't like the rules of the house and the structure, so she just left.
And then she told the Advertiser that you were kicking her out, and then they made that the front page.
Yeah, how we made her homeless.
Must have been a slow news day.
I was going to say, well, they keep writing about us selling our houses. We're not selling our houses, but they can publish whatever they want. Really.
Yeah, and Larissa, I get that would cause drama in the family for sure.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be opening the paper like, what is going on?
Heck? Nikki, this is your family. We're sorry that it was torn apart, but what happened?
Well, my dad was having an affair from my mum for 10 years, but with his best friend's wife. It only actually came out when his best friend actually passed away, and it came out after that. So it was a bit of a shock to the family.
Hey, Nikki.
Yeah?
How would you like some dumplings?
I would love some dumplings.
I know Dad did the dirty on you for 10 years, but steamed or
That's
fried?
okay.
How do you like them?
Exactly.
A few pork and chive treats should heal those wounds pretty quick, I'd say. Well, you enjoy yourself at the Elder Park Lucky Dumpling Festival.
Blanc, blanc.
Real snaky news day. There was a man in Queensland whose snake died. He gave it CPR and brought the snake back to life.
I like to visualise that like he's making balloon animals.
Yeah. Like in one of that DreamWorks thing. Isn't it in Shrek when he's like, he blows the snake up for Fiona?
Yep. I also didn't realise you could give CPR to a snake because I didn't think they had like lungs. You know what I mean? Like little snake lungs.
Yeah, they got snake lungs somewhere. I'm not sure where in the snake. I'm not sure where on the line, but it's in there somewhere. And then even crazier than that, a woman, this Nana, overseas, was eaten by a python. They had to cut her out.
And then there's actually photos and video of it, but you can see, it's quite horrific. You can see the python, and then you can see the Nana-shaped and sized lump. And the snake's just there chilling.
It's funny how you don't want to see that, but then on the article it's like, warning, graphic. Do you want to see this? And you're like, oh, I suppose I want to see the Nana and the snake.
I have no doubt that thousands of people right now would be searching for that story.
We saw it this morning.
Yep.
And, I mean, I thought that initial snake story was crazy. But then another one came along and topped it. And I thought, well, what a perfect opportunity for this. Story toppers. This morning's topic is snakes.
We always get blown away by some of the wild stories we get when we just put one topic out there, and if you have a story, you share it.
13 24 10. If you've got a story that involves a snake, it could win you $10,000. Ben, would you like to set us off? Do you have any stories about snakes?
I don't think this is the craziest story we get today, but I think it's a good benchmark. So I remember I was playing golf at the Two Wells golf course. This is when I was quite young. I would have been 10 years old. And I was playing with the Franklins. And
are they family friends of yours?
Yeah.
Right.
And I remember I hit my ball off the tee shot on the fourth hole, and it went straight into the bush to the left. And I went in to go get it. And Tanya Franklin, who I was with, I believe,
Why are you using
also...
their full names? No one else knows who Tanya Franklin is. Oh, yeah, Tanya, how's she been? How the rest of the Franklins?
Also hit the ball in that spot. And so we both went walking into the
Tanya
bush
Franklin
to go find our ball.
Yeah.
I stopped midair. I went to go I was like, something was holding me. What's going on? She grabbed like the back of my shirt because my foot was hovering over a perfectly coiled brown snake with its head like in the middle, like looking up at me.
No way.
And my foot was a mere 15 centimeters away from stepping on it, and she'd grabbed me and like pulled me back, and I was inches away from stepping on the brown snake.
Oh, God save Tanya Franklin. You could have been a goner if it wasn't for her. Hey, look, if you think you can top Ben's story, 13 24 10. It's as easy as that.
A snake story.
Andrew, you've got a yarn.
G'day, guys, and I've got a story for you.
All right, here we go.
Sitting in around the lounge room waiting to go off to school, and Mum's got the vacuum cleaner going flat out, and all of a sudden it's like, this one's not working, so she's in the middle of the floor, undoes the vacuum cleaner, pulls it apart, and outside's the snake in the middle of the room.
Oh, there was a snake in the
vacuum. Right out of the
vacuum.
inside of the vacuum cleaner.
Whoa. And I bet it wouldn't have been happy. I mean, if it had been sucked up in the vacuum, you'd know it'd be kicking off in the lounge room.
And I also reckon it must have been a Dyson V11, the only thing powerful enough to suck up a snake.
Yes. Ben obviously trying to do an inside deal with Dyson to get the latest model. Talia, so you've got a snake story.
Hi, Ben and Lemmy. You think that guy's story was good? Well,
Okay.
so when I was a cleaner, me and my co-worker went out to our car to get some more cleaning stuff. We turned around and there's this giant python between our cars, and we're panicking.
Yeah.
So we just stand still, frozen, waiting for animal control when this lady comes bolting out of nowhere with a blanket, scoops the snake up, and was like, "Oh, sorry, this is my pet snake. It's travelled 3 blocks from us."
Are you for real?
And it just escaped, and we're just sitting there shocked, like, how, what?
That's wild.
Also, having a pet snake's one thing, but a pet python?
Yeah.
Pythons just,
That's
they
so funny,
creep me
though,
out.
being in your footsteps, though, because this woman has come running out of nowhere, dived on it with a blanket. and
What the
I'm
hell's
sorry.
happening? It's Steve Owen reincarnated into this old woman.
Sammy, you got a snake story?
Good morning, Ben and Liam. Yes, I do. Okay, so that's some stories, but here's a story. I grew up in Queensland, so I lived in a Queenslander. So I got up from my nap when I was about 4, as you do, 4 or 5.
Yep.
Went into the bathroom, splashed water on my face, opened my eyes. Here's a massive python staring me straight in the face.
In the
So
bathroom?
it lived in the ceiling, came down through one of the vents, broke through the vent. I let out an almighty scream. Then apparently the story goes after this. So I perched myself on top of a cupboard and didn't move for hours because I thought,
carpet meant it liked the carpet.
The carpet
So I'm still like petrified to this day. I literally turn it I completely shut down if I see a snake.
Oh, and then your big Queenslander dad would have come out in the Milton Mango stubbies with the maroon top on and his golf club for the cane toads and gone, where's that python? Tim, you think you've got a better story than everyone so far?
Oh, mate, fellas, you've heard nothing yet.
Okay.
All right. Sit down.
I like to hear it.
I was doing a wedding, photographing a wedding down at North Haven, Marina, and the crowd was all gathered around. It was a beautiful day, nice and sunny, and the bride and the groom are just about to say their vows. And I'm standing on the side, and this big brown snake has just come out of a bush and gone through everyone's feet, and it's just slithered through, and no one saw it. It's come through, then it's come out. Once it's cleared the crowd, someone saw it, and everyone screamed and just scarfed it. And then the chef came out from the cook area, and he came out with a pair of tongs to try and grab it.
I love, Tim, how you're chuckling to yourself at just the memory of it at the end.
Yeah, so not the best fun line in the world, Timmy, but for those that missed it, it was a wedding. The brown snake slithered through every single person's feet. No one saw it until the very end, and then they all screamed and scattered, and the chef came out with tongs.
Sammy, do you think you can do better?
Yes, I do know. I think I can do better. I saved my sister from a red belly black snake when I was 10 years old. We grew up on the Central Coast, and we used to hang around by a lake.
Yep.
There was trees that hanged over the lake. My sister was perched up and leaning on one of the trees so she didn't get her feet wet. And a red belly black snake had come out of the reeds. I'd seen her and arced up ready to attack her.
Yeah.
I noticed it and I ran around the bushes, jumped through the reeds where the snake was, and I don't know if I startled it or the vibrations of my feet, but it freaked the snake out, and instead of the snake attacking my sister, it swam off across the water, which was baffling.
So you essentially, instead of getting your sister out of the way, you essentially dived in front of the bullet. You were basically going to tackle the snake.
Yeah. I have a lot of, when it comes to fight or flight, I'm definitely a fighter.
Yeah.
You were about to go into fisticuffs with a deadly snake. Oh, my God. That's unreal. Last one, Sam, story topping. Come on, last story. Make it a cracker.
You think that was a story. Yeah, my youngest sister, she loves snakes, and she was playing with a carpet python in the lounge room, and all of a sudden just went quiet for a bit. And I thought, I better go and check up on her, and I found the snake wrapped around her neck. She was going blue and purple in the face.
Oh.
And she could barely talk, so I rushed in to get some cold water and threw it on the snake and finally released it.
Did you know that would work, or that was just your brain going, you got to do something?
No, she told me that if anything happens, make sure you get frozen water to pour on them.
See, I don't get why people have pet snakes. If that's them going, I love you so much, I'm going to kill you now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I couldn't be in the same room as something that could do that.
Good on you, though, Sam, for remembering that information and then acting and getting the cold water.
Yeah,
it was a bit of a scary moment. But
I can imagine.
Did you get tap water and put ice cubes in it, or was there cold water in the fridge?
It was cold water in the fridge, so by the time I got to the fridge and back to her, it was getting pretty tight.
You'd be spewing, hey, if you got to the fridge and Dad hadn't filled it up.
Yeah.
Cold water tub was
or you're using that ice tray trying to fill up the cubes to take it to the freezer, and you're spilling it all over the kitchen. You're like, come on, just don't pass out. These ice cubes are going to go.
Liam, last night the Albanese government has unveiled its budget. What are your big takeaways?
Oh, well, I'm going to give you my hot take after 8. As you know, that's normally my, it's where I do my stuff, my political stuff. But in the meantime, I'm not happy about it, so I'm just, if I speak now, I might say something that I regret, you know?
All right, sounds good. Liam, you and I have a Mount Rushmore of interviews we're working on. So, you have to be one of the best people in the world to interview to get on there.
Top 4.
Yep, top 4. Now, we haven't actually finished the Rushmore, but we do have a couple of names up there already.
Kyle Chalmers is up there, obviously Olympic legend. Always love having a yarn with that guy.
The other person on our Rushmore is Sophie Monk.
Yeah, Sophie Monk. I mean, she does a bit of everything, but she's always just so good to talk to. A lovely person.
And right after this, we're going to be joined by Sophie Monk. Guaranteed. It's behind the scenes. Belle said she might need 5 minutes. So, fingers crossed.
Hey, it's your head, Belle. Did you just fart, Andy? Was that
It did
your
sound like that, didn't it?
Just try and, sorry, producer Andy, did you just fart? Sure.
It did sound like it.
It sounded like it.
It sounded like it,
It was
yeah.
squeaky chair, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think so. Obviously, we're going to know in the room, but maybe you think if we're in the middle of a break and you eke one out, then we're not going to stop down and talk about it.
Now, look, we're not going to just pick on one producer right now, Lee. We're going to pick on a second
You're
one.
going to pick on two. We're really furious this morning. Producer Bell, put on Sophie Monk now.
We don't have it.
What?
We don't have it.
We said before that Sophie Monk was coming up.
And then for some reason, Belle's got some sort of scheduling error. She's stuffed up the schedule, and Sophie Monk isn't available for like another couple of minutes.
She's on with Kyle and Jackie O.
Probably.
Or something, is she? All right. Well. If we got one producer farting all over the shop. We got another one who's scheduling things wrong. I mean, I don't know how.
What are we to
I don't
do?
know how we do it.
What are we to do?
What are we to do? Well, hopefully there'll be less flatulence and more Sophie Monk after.
Ben and Liam are in your head.
Ben had a bit of an engagement party over the weekend, and we thought we'd stay at a hotel, treat ourselves a little bit. So it was like this little boutique one in the city. I won't name which one.
Go on.
Nah, I'm not gonna, because what happened there was weird.
Okay.
So great night, had by all. Got back to the room, and when we got in there, you know, sometimes there's like a turn down service, and you know there might be a little chocolate on the bed or whatever.
Yeah, sometimes. So when your room will be made up nicely, you might go out for dinner, you come back, and they've untucked the bed and they've set it up nicely.
Yeah. So we've walked in, and there was photos all over the bed of Cavoodle, our dog, Toby.
What are you talking about?
So we we didn't leave there. Like there was just photos all around.
This is super weird.
Super weird. So unnerving, right? You kind of like, right, okay. So we thought we would call down just to be like, has anyone been in the room? Like, did someone, like, did one of our friends do this? We're like, hey, did anyone drop off some photos? There's like photos of our dog in the room. And they were like, oh no, that's all a part of the service. It's a little thing to remind you of home. What we do is we went onto your Instagram because we've got your names, and we put out little photos of your dog.
That's so weird.
It's all part of the service, just to make you feel, because you're like, oh right, that doesn't make me feel more at home. That just made me think there's a serial killer stalking us.
That's so unnecessarily intrusive.
Like, you're like, oh my God. Like, so someone, and you know what the worst bit is? The next morning, because we didn't say anything, we're like, okay, right. Yeah. The next morning when we were checking out, there was a woman, so we were being checked out by one lady.
Yeah.
And then there was another lady, and she was cutting out like a photo of a Labrador on the other side, doing it for like another one of the guests. And I'm like, has no one told these guys yet that this is really creepy? Like, no one wants to stay in this hotel.
That's
like,
super
not
weird.
one person has done a review after being like, 4.5 stars, breakfast was great, rooms were lovely. Bit weird when they put photos of, you know, my children and stuff around the room. You know, I thought I might have been killed that night.
Very strange.
Yeah, I'm joined now by our producer, Belle.
What's trending?
Trending all over the internet.
Twitter. Instagram.
Welcome to Facebook.
Hey guys, well, the kid Laroi's 16-year-old brother is following in his footsteps and has just signed a huge deal with Sony. His name is Oz the Kid, quite similar.
Even Aussier and even kiddier.
And like I said, he is just 16 years old, but he's signed this huge deal. So, you know, right behind the kid Laroi.
It does feel like that, doesn't it? Even more Australian, even younger.
And in 2042, we'll have the kid Laroi's kid brother, Oz the Kid's kid, known artistically as the Kid. I'm looking forward to that.
And one of your favourite childhood movies, The Princess Diaries 3, could be coming sooner than we think.
Me? A princess? Shut up! I beg your pardon?
I remember that scene. Shut up.
Oh,
didn't they? They
iconic.
said that a lot, right? Shut up.
Well, the whole thing is that she's just a teenager, goes to high school, and then her grandma, Julie Andrews, comes along and says, you're actually a princess. But then she has to get princess lessons and she has to learn how to be formal.
But it's that thing where they're trying to, in the movie, like make her out like a minger, and then all of a sudden she has a glow up, but she's actually like really pretty all the time because she's Anne Hathaway.
Absolutely.
So if number one is all about her becoming a princess,
Yes.
what's number two about?
So number two is they basically try and marry her to
The royal
this other
engagement,
prince.
I believe.
Yes, to another prince, which she doesn't like. She has a crush on this lovely guy that she's been friends with.
And one of them is Chris Pine, the guy who got spat on by Harry Styles.
Hang on, just with number two, who does she end up with? Does she end up with the prince, or does
Ben,
she
I'm
end
going
up
to let you
with...
answer that. Who do you think she ends up with? The guy that she wants to be with, or the prince?
The guy she wants to be with.
Yeah.
Her prince all along.
I suppose the real question is, what the hell are they going to do with number 3 20 years later?
Well, actually, it's been in the works for a fair few years now. If you didn't know, Princess Diaries 3, they had a script like back in 2019. The sad thing is the director of all of these movies passed away just a few months after the script was being written. So now, in a latest interview, Anne Hathaway has confirmed she does want it to happen.
Would you entertain Mia taking on a new journey? Where might she be in life, hypothetically speaking? I would more than entertain it. I'm pulling for it.
So she's saying she wants it, but again, didn't answer what is actually going to happen in the film. And finally, Kings of Leon have taken aim at a Sydney golf club after they weren't allowed in. They're currently touring Australia, and they were in Sydney, and they went to go play a round of golf at a Sydney golf club.
Yeah.
But this golf club has a no tattoos rule, so they were asked to cover up their tattoos, which now they've taken to Twitter. Well, the drummer specifically took to Twitter and just absolutely went to town on this golf club.
Well, I mean, that actually makes me feel a lot better. That makes so much more sense now. That's why Ben doesn't invite me to his golf games. It's because I got sweet ink. I mean, duh. So I don't know why this whole time I thought he didn't want to hang out with me, but it's because you're embarrassed that I'll get turned away and then I'll feel bad. And you should, all along, Ben, you should have just said.
That's because you suck.
And then we could have gone, oh yeah, who got that hole in one? Pretty sure it was me, buddy.
Ben and Liam is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.